Good morning. This is lovely little brunch breakfasty dish. Very, very quick, very easy. Good way of doing eggs. All I have is tomato, a little bit of scallion, spring onion, a few leaves of your choice, be it chard, spinach, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And a couple of good eggs. I have a couple of organic eggs there, but whatever, it's what you want to use yourself. So what I'm going to do is very, very simply, I'm going to take my tomato, chop it into very roughly pieces. And then, so it's just a nice little kind of a concasse, I suppose is what you could call it. I'm going to put that into a little bowl. I'm going to get my spring onion again. Chop it very small. Pop that in with my tomatoes, my leaves, again, roughly chop these guys up. And again, in with the tomatoes and everything else. Then a little bit of pepper in there. Pinch of salt, I'm using a potassium salt. Normal salt, it's again what you want to use. Then just using a fork, just going to crush these all in together. Just going to literally mash it all down. Make a couple of little wells kind of in the center. Kind of a little indentation, for want of a better description. I'm going to pop my eggs in there now. So you have this little kind of a boat with your eggs, a little bit of vegetables and everything else. Then I'm going to use a little piece of plastic wrap. Cover it over. And that's just because I'm going to be kind of steaming this a little bit. And then I'm going to pop those into what you call a bain-marie, a water bath, and cook those for about 8-9 minutes, just to let everything cook together. Depending how, there's not an exact timing with this, depending on your eggs, your dish, and so on. So I'm just going to get that on to cook. To cook this dish, I've got a pan with a good tight fitting lid, which I've put in a measured amount of water so that it doesn't overlap my eggs. Then I'm going to just sit my eggs in there. Don't let this one run dry, whatever you want to do. And that's why I have the cling film on it, or the plastic wrap, because if I didn't use that, the water would kind of condense into it and make it very soggy and so on. I'm going to pop the lid on that and let that cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. There is what I'm guessing, although I will check it as it's cooking, until it's cooked. And having allowed that just to cook away, and just at the last minute I just removed my plastic wrap because I found it cooks a little bit more even on the top then. I cook my eggs quite lightly, so about 13 minutes cooking. And depending how you like your eggs. And there we have it. A nice, simple little egg dish. Which I can just transfer over onto a little plate. Put a wee fork on the side there. And there's a lovely, simple little breakfast. To finish that dish, I'm just going to put a little sprinkling of a good olive oil.